It's Sunday night in Los Angeles, California. Time for one more edition of the University of Mixed Martial Arts. I'm Rich Slayton, joined by Donna Gonzalez and special guest boxing coach of A4 Fitness, Adam Lerner. Welcome to the table, Adam.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Coming up for you now, a featherweight affair between David Secaida and Benito Mendez. Mendez making his second appearance here at the University of MMA. Last we saw him in May, where he won a unanimous decision over Sergio Gonzalez.
Yes. Benito has fantastic wrestling, Taekwondo background, Muay Thai, BJJ, really well-rounded guy. He's a really creative striker, with varied kicking techniques. He likes a lot of the spinning stuff. He's a dancer.
Very flashy Taekwondo artist.
Little flashy, and it reflects. Like, you see it. We see guys coming here who are dancers, and we see that when they're fighting. He has really strong top control. He stays busy. He'll put constant pressure on his opponents and just continually look for submissions.
Now, Adam, when you're training someone to fight against a Taekwondo stylist, what are you telling them to look out for?
Well, Taekwondo is very leg heavy. In other words, they're going to throw a lot of kicks, and they're going to move those kicks relatively quickly. They tend to land a lot of the kicks actually on the feet rather than the shins, so they're not necessarily powerful kicks. So what you want to do generally is just make sure you catch that kick or walk in tight on it and then fire off a right hand.
Kickboxers always trying to maintain that distance. Let's meet his opponent in David Secaida.
And his opponent, David Secaida.
Across the cage from Mendez tonight is 25-year-old David Secaida from Los Angeles, California. Here looking for his fourth win, currently sporting a record of 3 wins and 1 loss. Most recently, he went over Philip Solis back in October of last year.
Yes, he has got some really dangerous and creative kicks. He likes to use them as a jab, and he really likes those spinning back kicks. He switches his stance in an evasive maneuver, so when you come forward with the punch, he's definitely going to switch stance, and that will open him up for different types of strikes.
Yeah, some other angles. Yeah, David Secaida actually also has done a lot of Taekwondo at the beginning of his martial arts career, but he's been working his boxing a lot lately, so we'll kind of see who's a little better with their feet and who's been really sharpening up their boxing tonight.
So here we have 2 fighters, Secaida and Mendez.
Yes.
Both of them sporting a wide array of dangerous, creative kicks. Both of them sometimes a little overly flashy. The question here is, will they both exchange on the feet, or will, as we've seen with sometimes when both guys respect each other too much, turn this into a grappling match?
That's always a possibility. Usually when we see here a lot at the U when 2 very well matched up fighters with very similar styles kind of cancel each other out a little bit, and so they have to go to their one of their other techniques and one of their other games.
On the flip side, 2 flashy guys who leave themselves opening. This could be a recipe for some big time kicks.
We can see some awesome kicks tonight. Yeah.
David Secaida, 25 years old. Only 1 inch difference in height between the two. Mendez at 5'7", Secaida at 5'6". Let's see how this one plays out. We'll kick things off inside the cage with Salvador Arellano.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Our next fight is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He steps into the cage with a perfect record of 2 wins and no losses. 1 win coming by way of knockout. He stands at 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed in officially at 145 pounds. Representing Kings Combat Sports from Pacoima, California, Benito Mendez. And his opponent across the cage fighting out of the red corner. He comes to this fight with an impressive record of 3 wins and 1 loss. 1 win coming by way of submission. He stands at 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighed in officially at 136.8 pounds. From downtown Los Angeles, California, David Secaida. Man in charge of the action, Sean Wells.
3 2-minute rounds on their way in the featherweight division. Benito Mendez in the blue corner. David Secaida in the red corner. It starts here. Secaida taking center cage. Quick inside from Mendez.
Oh,
Mendez loading up on that right hand. Mendez went down, not sure why there.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell if it was a knockdown, if it was a slip.
It looked like his knees buckled, though. That was the confusing part. But now Mendez on top.
Looking to pass guard.
Keep working. Nice. Stop the knee. Beautiful. That's it.
Well done.
Slick guard pass from Benito Mendez.
He's gonna mount here.
Hit slow. Hit slow.
Nope,
Work it.
he's gonna calm him down and maybe try and get some punches in.
Turn in.
Secaida turning in, using the water block.
Keep turning. Go. Make it work.
Mendez maybe isolating the head here.
That's what it looks like, maybe going for a north-south choke. Looking to switch sides, looking for a mount.
May also have been setting up that mount, absolutely.
Right.
Keep turning. He's tired now.
Yeah, half guard's not a bad place to be. You can still do a lot of damage. There's a couple submissions.
45 seconds, plenty of time to work here on the top.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Sharp move by Secaida to make sure that mount went into a half guard instead.
Mendez maybe trying to set up a Darce. No, he was just going for some punches, and now he's looking to pass again.
Secaida needs to be a little bit more impatient down there and try to get back to his feet.
Yeah.
Right on the money there, Adam. 2-minute
Trying to get
rounds,
those
no
butterflies-
time to wait.
Yeah, trying to get those butterflies back in, but Mendez is doing a really good job controlling what's going on the ground. He has, like I said, he has great ground control. And he
Interesting
likes to
note,
put
though,
pressure on his opponents.
blood from the nose of Benito Mendez. I'm wondering if we can call
The
up
replay
where
of that
Mendez
shot?
went down.
Yeah.
He might have taken a short, sharp shot to the nose.
It's possible.
Yeah, Secaida was staying nice and tight with his striking. He got a little bit out of control, but he was keeping his hands nice and tight, throwing short shots. So one of those short shots might have snuck in there.
Right.
Very possible. Mendez really letting it loose early on. Secaida staying tight. What we haven't seen yet, or at least not in the heavy volume, is the kicking background of these two
Right.
fighters.
We saw a couple kicks right in the very beginning. Got some punches and then went straight to the ground. Not that I'm complaining that we went to the ground.
Well, also important thing to note here is that Secaida doesn't have a team listed with that he's fighting, he's working with at the moment.
Okay.
Not exactly sure where he's coming from, what gym he's coming from. So you might have another situation here. We have a fighter who's training more independently.
Right.
And when we get these gym-trained fighters, they tend to go, oh, you're training independently? Let's see what your ground game's like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll see if they let their feet go a little bit more, or if they go right back to the clinch.
Right there, flash it. Look at him. You can see it from there. Flash it. Put the camera on his face. There you go. There you go. Inside,
Kick,
outside.
Secaida. Nice kick from Mendez.
Double it. Flash it. Make him see it. There you go.
Secaida has
Sit down,
lowered his
right
stance a
hand.
little bit and is looking a little more
Calm
comfortable.
down. Relax. There you go.
Secaда's throwing that right hand from very low.
Raise it to that uppercut haymaker.
Yeah, when he throws his jab, he's pulling that right hand away. That right hand should stay right on his cheekbone, basically, when he's throwing that jab.
Flash it. Give me that jab, David.
It leaves you susceptible to a left hook when you drop that right hand as you jab.
Jab.
Ooh.
Now that's an
And
interesting
we're
tactic.
right back down to where
Take-
the fight's been.
Take your hook to your knee and see what happens.
Right?
It's almost like the same thing as what happened in the first round. It looks like he slipped, which led him to a takedown.
Turn those hips aside. Establish, baby.
But Mendez is incredibly comfortable here. He has, look at that guard pass. He has no problem being on the ground.
Halfway through second round.
Keeping those hips low, moving them, great movement, not letting Secaida get that knee in.
Is
Looking
Mendez
to mount. No, he's looking to mount.
or looking to trap that right arm possibly?
And go for a Kimura, but no, there goes the mount. But great job from Secaida escaping the mount.
Don't settle. Don't let him just body down on you.
But he's got to utilize that guard a little bit more, maybe. But he's a great job getting the butterflies in, getting the knee in. He's actually doing a great job defending on the bottom. But Mendez really loves to put that pressure.
Also doing
It's
a
a great
much
back
better
and
job
forth, yeah.
of avoiding the ground and pound on top of
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
20 seconds left in the second round.
Secaida needs to do a little bit better job trying to work his way to his feet rather than just trying to work back to the ground.
I agree. Oh, here goes the mount again.
Mendez into the mount.
Little body shot.
At this point, Secaida just going to do her best to avoid damage, and there we go.
Right.
So we saw a little bit there of the striking game of David Secaida in that second round.
Yes.
Yeah, he looks pretty sharp. He started to get a little more comfortable. He stayed in a little bit lower, wider stance, which shows he wasn't so hyped up and overly excited. He just has to control himself a little bit, and if he sees his opponent slip, he's got to take a step back and maintain his range so that he can get a leg grab.
Those leg kicks are
So
great.
you talked about that lower stance. Any other adjustments that you would make in a second or third round? You know, when you have a striker who's having trouble defending that ground.
I mean, if it were me coaching in the corner, I would tell him to make sure he maintains that range and not commit to any of his punches that force him to fall in at all. You know, some lead leg kicks, some jabs, some right hands and left hooks, but everything from distance. You know, you just can't fall in with his shots, and that'll leave him susceptible to that takedown.
Well, we'll see if Secaida's corner says the same things as Adam Lerner. 120 more seconds remain in this featherweight bout. Benito Mendez in the blue corner, David Secaida in the red corner. Secaida back to center.
Right there. Don't let him wait. There you go.
Yeah, he maintains his range well before he starts his combinations. He just has to be careful not to fall in the middle of his combination.
Some good head movement from Mendez, but Secaida now finding his targets.
And great job keeping Mendez in the corner.
He's definitely the shorter, sharper puncher.
Big breath from
Good
Mendez.
takedowns. And Mendez right back where he wants to be. But what does Secaida have? Well,
There you go.
Mendez,
back to side control.
Mendez
Nice job.
shipped that single leg from somewhere in the next county, still found it.
That was a great scrum. And now we're back in the north-south. Not a comfortable position to be in. Looks like he's going to go for a little ground and pound here.
Little Ivan Salivary for a second.
Yeah.
Again, Secaida's got to be in a hurry to get back up. He can't
Right.
be too patient down here.
Mendez
because
is
if he
super
lays on-
comfortable there.
Exactly.
1 minute remains in that third round.
He spends too
Going
much
for a
on
head and arm.
Head low.
Oh.
Head low.
Oh.
Good.
Oh.
Can
If he can get that
Mendez
shoulder
get
underneath
that
his
leg
chin.
out?
Get that shoulder underneath the chin, then he can finish it up.
Turn it to the end.
Doesn't quite have the choke in. What he wants to do is just dip his shoulder underneath a little bit and get it right underneath Secaida's chin, and then you've got the choke. Right now we call it calling Brazil. He's got his arm in. He's defending a little bit.
Yes. All day.
Approaching the 20-second mark.
Bring that left knee up higher. Push
Good
him
job.
off the top. He's
That was a
inside
great
work.
defense from Secaida.
Work inside. Bring that knee inside. Push him off, David. Push him off now. There you go. Bring the legs in. Legs on his hips, David. Push him off. 15 seconds. Work. 10 seconds. Work, baby, work.
Secaida showing some guard play, but too little, too late.
Yeah, Secaida just spent a little too much time on his back in that match. He really was controlling the stand-up, just wasn't careful enough to maintain that stand-up for the majority of the fight.
Yeah, I have it for Mendez
Yeah, absolutely.
with the ground control.
Mendez definitely controlling that fight. We did see some flashes from David Secaida, especially in that third round.
Yes.
Measuring distance with that jab and then landing that straight right.
Yeah, he definitely was the sharper striker and threw shorter, sharper punches. Mendez was looping his shots, and they were kind of easy to see coming. Secaida was doing a very good job shortening and sharpening his punches as the fight went on, and he looked really good on his feet. He just wasn't able to maintain that position enough to really control the fight. He just spent too much time on his back in the guard.
3 rounds in the books. All left for us to know is how the judges see this fight. You got to imagine, though, that Benito Mendez pulled this one out.
That's how I saw it. That top control, we talked about it earlier in the fight. He maintained it throughout the fight. He's comfortable there. He's got great transitions. You know, he knows where he wants to be. He's comfortable in side control. He's comfortable in mount. He was able to get a little ground and pound in. Not too many submission attempts, except for the head and arm triangle. But I say that Mendez was able to control the fight just a little bit more than Secaida was.
I still want to
that.
know what happened in that first round. I think that, as Adam pointed out, maybe a short, sharp shot dropped Mendez for a second, and that's what we're seeing with the blood.
Yeah, it's possible that one of those punches that he was throwing landed. They were coming off pretty quick, so maybe he got something in there. What we didn't see a lot was Taekwondo. It's funny to see the evolution of MMA from some of the traditional martial arts. You know, these guys both trained Taekwondo for years, and we really saw them both sitting in stances that weren't very Taekwondo-ish, and throwing leg kicks like Muay Thai fighters. So it was definitely an adjustment from their original style.
Well, those leg kicks growing in popularity as the years go on. Interesting, we see them a lot in the amateurs, but with only 2-minute rounds, I wonder with between 2-minute rounds and shin pads, how much of the efficacy of leg kicks is taken down?
I think a lot.
A few solid leg kicks.
Well, let's get the official decision inside the cage with Salvador Arellano.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score the fight the same at 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Benito Mendez.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Benito Mendez. Benito, you advanced to 3-0. You fought a very smart and aggressive fight with good striking and well-timed takedowns. What was the difference in this fight that gave you the victory?
You know, takedowns, I wrestled since I was a little kid, so second nature.
Yeah. How'd you feel about your improved striking coming into here, though?
It's going good. I mean, I just got to be a little more confident, but I'm at the right team, so I'll be there.
You look mean at 145. At the end there, you were really going for that finish, trying to get that arm triangle. How close were you to getting that?
I was pretty close. I couldn't get my leg out because probably the shin guards or something, but I tried.
Well, you're undefeated. What do you want next in the University of Mixed Martial Arts?
Hopefully a title, man. This is what we're here for, right?
We're going to see some featherweight scrap later. You're probably going to have your eye on that fight for sure, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know what's good. Yeah.
I do know what's good. Well, Benito Mendez, we want to congratulate you on an awesome performance. We look forward to seeing you again. Thank you very much. Benito Mendez.
Your winner by decision, Benito Mendez. I'm Rich Slayton, joined by Donna Gonzalez. Adam Lerner, where can they find A4 Fitness?
A4 Fitness is in West Los Angeles, right at the corner of National and Barrington. We do CrossFit, boxing, and MMA.
Website?
A4Fitness.com.
There you go, A4Fitness.com.